Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV. Listen, I had to redo the live, child, because I'm sitting here on mute, doing a live. So we're just going to go back over all the stuff that we have. We're talking about the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case and some of the updates that we have. Y'all hit that like button. And please share this video if you care. Let me reshare it. Oh, my goodness. Hmm. Give me one moment, y'all. Just trying to send some information. I think I like this little life. All right. I'm sending my post out. Hey, hey. I was out here. I had to cancel the last live and do a new live because I was sitting here on mute. And someone told me at the last minute. And I was almost 30 minutes in. So here we go. I just wanted to kind of go over real quickly a couple of things that have happened during the week. One of the things that we have seen is Blake Lively's team has hired former CIA Deputy Chief Nick Shapiro to assist her with crisis management. I guess she is tired of all the what she considers to be bad press or all the negative stories that are out there about her. And if you've been watching now, from what I understand, she hired him almost a month ago. But if you've noticed, probably in the past week and a half, those of us that have been following and those of us that have been reporting on this case, you started to notice that your engagement has gone down. Now, my engagement, I see clearly that my engagement has gone down. But, I tend to that is that I'm not on here every day reviewing for this particular case because, I always tell y'all life is always lifing for me. But if you follow any of the bigger content creators, they'll tell you that their numbers have gone down. And if you search Blake Lively's name on Twitter, you notice that it doesn't automatically populate anymore. You have to, because you used to do hashtag Blake and then Lively would come up. It doesn't do that anymore. You have to literally hashtag and put her thing in. And sometimes I've noticed too that when you go to that hashtag, like I'll look for any of my videos that I've done. I don't see my videos. And I mean, and when I do find them, I don't, because usually I would see them like in the middle, but now I'd probably have to scroll down, probably almost towards the end to be able to see those videos. But anything that's positive or anything that she's doing, I see a lot of uh, her SNL information coming up. At one point, I saw that her being out, her, people were talking about her fashions and all that other stuff. I saw a lot of that. But when you start talking about this case and talking about what you feel about this case and how you feel if you're team Lively, or if you're team Baldoni or anything like that, those types of things are pushed down and dragged. Now, I'm going to share my screen because, again, this content creator right here, she can explain it so much better than I can. Ashley Brianna Eve, y'all go subscribe to her channel. And when you do, just tell her I sent you. But here is the article right here. If you can see my mouse go over it, it's going to be changing. Go back and read this particular video right here, and go to this particular live right here. And this was yesterday. Actually, these two lives. Go to these two lives that were done. One was done 4 days ago, and this one was done yesterday. She can clearly explain to you. She is in branding and marketing, and she definitely can be able to explain it better to you in regards to that. I wanted to share this tab here as well. This is Kirsty Flaw. If you remember her, she was the reporter where Blake Lively and the other lady whose name escapes me, she had commented on a congratulation on your baby bump, and that took Blake Lively into a whole tither or a whole situation, and they just kind of X'd her out. Well, if you go to this video and this video, these two videos, she talks about how her Wikipedia page has been hijacked. And goes over her Wikipedia page had been hijacked so bad that the person who was doing all of these edits, they had to ban them from doing that. So we're seeing that those content creators that are talking about this case are going through some different things. Now, also, if you're someone that follows, because I understand that Candace Owens has had some issues in regards to following this case. Also, if you follow Peep content creators on TikTok, if you follow them on Instagram, and if you follow them here on YouTube, you will notice, I know on TikTok, a couple of people, my favorites have been either kicked out of the Creators Fund, as they've said, or their videos is not sent up to the top of the algorithm. So you literally now, where I would cut on TikTok and I was able to see it. Now you have to search. I have to literally go search for them to see if they've done any videos. So we see and we see that her crisis manager is busy at work, and that's fine. I wanted to go over this information as well. Justin Baldoni had a couple of hits today, this week. First of all, the New York Times filed a motion to have their part in the case dismissed. They filed this under a 12v6. And basically, from what I understand, watching the Lawyer Pluses here on YouTube, and shout out to them, because you learn so much information in regards to this. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. They want the motion they want their portion in the case to be dismissed, and they want the judge to go over the initial complaint, and then go through there and to see whether or not that they should be able to be dismissed from this case. So that's coming up. Also, they asked the judge to halt discovery for them until after he files a motion for this. So we learned today that the judge granted that motion, and that's fine. We also learned that tomorrow they're not going to be in court, but they're going to be on a Zoom call. We're going to be able to hear some of the motions and things like that. Now, I don't have the information with the Zoom call and all of that stuff like that, but if I find somebody who has it and I find it, I definitely will stream it on my channel. But I'm quite sure, particularly a lot of these lawyers are going to be able to want to do that, because this is one of those cases that the public is quite interested in. I've always said that I think that cases like this should be just as criminal cases. We should see those. Technology is to the point now, because everybody can't get to the courtroom like they want to, and the public, we should be able to have access to stuff like we should have access to that, to where the court can be able to do that and stream it on the systems. They can work with different news outlets and things like that to be able to stream this live from the courtroom. So let me get to this one right here. So I want to get to this article that pretty much goes over what we were just talking about. Now, this article is from Deadline. It was written by Dominic Patton. It says, "Stop the discovery. New York Times granted win in Blake Lively's versus Justin Baldoni clash as dismissal is pondered by judge." And the New York Times isn't out of the legal fight, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, yet, but the paper now doesn't have to worry about lawyers for it. It ends with us director rooting around in its business. So it just went over that the request for a stay of discovery as he weighs the company's motion to dismiss from a $400 million case was granted. Let me start here. That was granted. So he's going to hold off to after he does that. Now, the Baldoni side can amend their complaint if they so choose to, or they could dismiss it or whatever. That's up to them. I do remember that Leslie Sloan was asking to be released from this as well. All right, let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to go over. So we went over that, the Shapiro, we went over that. Let's see what's going on here. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the information that I have at this point. Let's see who's here. Hey, let me see. Can I do that? Yeah, I still can do that. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. You can't see the screen? So, I'm on the free service of StreamYard, and sometimes it does. I see it populating up here. Let's see what's going on. Let me go back and put it back up. Can you see that now? Let me know if you can see that. Because this was the article that I was going over. Just let me know real quick. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see that, if you could see that article on the screen. Because I have to try to keep my phone with me so that I can see that if I can see what you all are seeing, because sometimes it is going out. Okay. It's something that when I switch tabs, excuse me. I'm going to go back over the tabs that I showed. All right. And this was from Ashley Brianna Eve, to go follow her page. And these two lives, first two lives, is what you should look at when she was talking about how Shapiro is working the algorithm in the Google searches. And from what I understand, in order to manipulate the Google searches, you have to manipulate the Wikipedia page. So that's one thing, and that has been made even more prevalent with this journalist, Kirsty Flaw. She says here, right here in this article, right here, where they were talking about how somebody was updating her Wikipedia page about 20 or 30 something times. So this is the article that this is the YouTube video that discusses that. Let me make sure that I got. And here is the article that I did with what we were talking about, the new crisis PR manager, Nick Shapiro. And I think that's it. And then lastly, here's the Deadline article written by Dominic Patton that talks about the judge granting the stay of discovery until he goes over the dismissal, the 12v6 dismissal. All right, so we're going to stop sharing the screen. We're going to stop sharing the screen. All right. That is pretty much all that I have at this moment. We definitely going to continue to follow this. I won't be able, as I have of weeks, to be able to follow it. I'd have to do like weekly updates. You know, life is lifing, and the way the schedule of working is come, my schedule has changed, so I have to change with it. So it'll just be basically weekly updates instead of daily updates. Oh, let's see. Again, follow the Ashley, Brianna, Eve, and tell her I sent you, because she has some very good updates and things like that in regards to this case, and insights from uh, a brand and social media expert type situation. I appreciate that, y'all. And we're going to get on off of here because I've had a couple of. You can see my energy is down, and I'm even trying to drink a matcha to get it back up. And I don't want to be on here rambling. If you follow, really quickly, I guess I could put that at the end of this. If you follow the Diddy case, the Jay-Z case, there is Jay-Z is now suing the Jane Doe and Tony Busby for defamation, and he filed that in Alabama. So we're going to be following and reviewing that. Also, in regards to that, Tony Busby was he did not follow the procedures in New York and file to be able to try cases in New York. So he's an order has been written where he can no longer file cases or try to try cases in New York at this time. He may there may be something different. He may have appealed that order. At this point, I don't have any information about that, so we will see. Also, if you've been following the Karen Reed case, the case where up in Massachusetts, where she is on trial for vehicular manslaughter against her police officer boyfriend. Her attorneys at this point were arguing to have this case dismissed, because if you followed the first case, you saw that the evidence seemed to be willy-nilly. It kept coming in and out, or the way that they were gathering information, because honey, they were taking blood, they were collecting blood evidence in solo cups. It was. And then you had because most of these people that were police officers or state troopers, there is now a federal investigation to see if the troopers and the police officer have tampered with evidence. Also, there is a question of whether or not that the injuries on the victim were caused by a dog bite, or was it caused by an accident. It's a whole lot of stuff. So right now, the defense is arguing that they want this case to be dismissed, because the way these people handled this evidence is it's almost like Keystone Cops. I promise you, it's like Keystone Cops. And so I will be doing with these weekly updates, I will be updating that. Hopefully I'll be able to sit in and watch the trial as it comes. But right now, let's see what's going on with it. Let's see. Wait a minute, hold on. What's going on? Justin Baldoni hit pieces exposed, LA Times. Okay, we've got to find out what's going on with that. So they're still arguing at this point in regards to the Karen Reed case. But I'm getting ready to go over here to Ashley Brenna. I'm going to see if I can. Give me one moment, y'all. Okay, so I can't do her. All right, so I'm just going to redirect y'all to them talking about the Karen Reed case. All right, people. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye.